All good. I was running behind, so it turned out that you were running behind more than I was. I was like, all right, fine.
Sorry. Typical franchise. Here we are.
Right?
The joys of their sometime last year. Oh no, my pin just broke. That's really annoying. Um, sometime last year, our insurance provider changed through my employer, and so I don't know how this works. It's really annoying. It's insurance, so it's very annoying. But they like put in stuff that we'd already paid based off of our old insurance provider, but when the insurance provider changed, something happened and they're like, "Oh, we have to rebill you." Like, what do you mean you have to rebill me? I've already paid the bill. And like, well, because this happened in 2022, you no longer qualify for what we were presuming you would have to pay. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. Because the people that we saw went from like tier one provider to tier three provider.
Fucking insurance, I swear to Christ. Like,
Yeah, the joy of all of those things. But either way, my kid can hear well now, so that's
well,
good.
there you go. That's always
Silver
impressive.
lining. I will say the crazy thing. So, he like my wife had to sit there with him on her lap in like an audio test. Like he completely couldn't hear out of one side. Like
Ooh,
I don't know. Like there, he didn't respond at all to any of the sound. He should have done it. So he needed the tubes.
so good for him. Like that's it's a worthwhile endeavor.
I'd say the crazy thing too about it is he now, this is like that was last year almost, literally almost a whole year ago that he got the tubes put in his ears. And now like when he hears like loud sounds, like he immediately covers his ears. And he used to not do that. So
Oh wow, so like it's a million times better.
yeah. Um, but on the other side of it, we were listening to I don't even know how to pronounce it. Um, it's a Metallica song, but it's like Aeon something. Has like the
Oh, the new one, yeah, yeah. It's yeah. I got the
like
same symbol that Tool and Nema has. That like yeah,
right,
it's
right. Yeah, it's like
yeah, yeah,
yellow cover with just like
yeah,
the partial M on it.
yeah. They just released it last week.
Yes. I thought it was great. I don't know how you felt about it.
Same. No, I concur.
Yeah, but when it played, he immediately turned and said, "What is this?" And I was like, "It's metallic," and he just goes, "Ah." I was like, yes, I have done well. I have created another derelict for society. What have I thought?
Raising them right.
So, um, and it's like,
I'm just disappointed that their insane tour is not coming anywhere around here. Like, not that I needed to drop the money on it, but that 2 nights, two different set lists, two different openers. I'm like, that would have been perfect for Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Why are you not coming to Atlanta? Like,
yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. You make so much money in Atlanta. Like especially for at the bins, they could do a lot.
right?
Circling
Because
around.
I saw them at the Benz last year, and it was like that. It was a weird festival thing. It was just like you could tell, like whoever put together this thing, like it was just like rock bands, and it was like I know who Metallica is. It was Metallica, Greta Van Fleet, and Cage the Elephant was the lineup.
I would not have put Cage the Elephant with Metallica. Definitely not. But
Yeah, it was interesting. Metallica set was awesome. Like I love Metallica, so
as anybody should. For those of you out there listening, go back and check out our old podcast of music for your workouts that we put together. I'll link you to the episode in the show notes. Uh,
haha.
but we should probably revise that. Like maybe we should do like a yearly thing. Like this is what we feel like this year. We had some
Yeah, because
all-time
we
classics
should
in that
like
first
yeah
slip.
we should like coincide with yeah the like Spotify Wrapped. Like that's always like my favorite thing in December is seeing what I listen to and like seeing how it really doesn't change. Like the top, like, and I especially love the combination of that and like Facebook memories, because I'll post it every year and they'll be able to see it. It's like, oh, like every year that's quote alternative metal, which is basically their nice way of saying new metal. Like it's my number one genre. Like,
Yeah. I don't listen to music on Spotify. So like when my Spotify Wrapped showed up, it was like three songs. And I was like, it was like songs that I had looked for that I couldn't find somewhere else. So I looked for it on Spotify or something like that. Like I didn't even recognize some of them. I had to go back and listen to them. Like, what are these songs? Uh,
mine, you can always tell what bands I went to see live like that year. Like it's always like, all right, it's I obviously listen to a bunch before and a bunch after, and I always do this crazy thing where like, okay, I'm gonna go see a band. I look up their set list before, like of what they're doing for the shows before, and create that set list on Spotify and listen to it. And so it's like being prepped and having an unfair advantage. So it's really good to know bathroom breaks. Like, all right, this is a beer run. I'm not crazy about this song. All right.
yeah, this song is terrible. Okay. So the last episode in our Keep It Simple Stupid series was on back exercises we did. And that means that we are on carb timing.
Sure, let's go with that. Like, I mean, eventually it's like we have this list and yeah, we go one for one with fitness and nutrition and we go down a list. So it's all gonna get out there eventually. It's like
Yeah,
the
I'll have to go
yeah,
back.
it's like with wrestling and calling a match. Like if you screw it up and like you do a good job of recovering, the only people that know you screwed up were you guys in the ring. So same thing with this. Like,
Yeah,
yes, we totally meant for this to be carb timing for this one, whereas
yeah.
it was like, no, it was supposed to be fat or like whatever. Like,
I know it's carbohydrate related, and we have a couple of things listed for carbohydrates. So I just wanted to make sure that I think it's carb timing, but it could be carbs in general. Annoyingly, we've pre-recorded a lot of these episodes, and so I don't have the titles pre-written for each episode, which is my own fault, I guess.
yeah,
Um,
the pre-recording was like the main reason I didn't throw on like I was going to put on like a Christmas related shirt today, and I was like, I think like we're past Christmas episodes already with this. Like it's gonna be weird if it's like comes out in February. It's like Happy Valentine's Day / Christmas. Like,
yeah. We'll record holiday specific things like we did with the Thanksgiving episode. So if you haven't gone and checked out the happier, healthier Thanksgiving, go back and listen to that. Those tips could apply through the entire holiday season, really.
yeah,
We'll
those are good for like any sort of function whatsoever. Like if you've got like any sort of party at the office or yeah, a friend's birthday or anything. Those are kind of timeless.
yeah, I want to say that what's going to be nice this year. So it's 2022 for when our episode comes out, it will be on the 22nd of December when it gets to the Christmas line of episodes. So we
Ooh,
could do a pre-Festivus episode. Maybe we'll do that.
there you go. All right, perfect. Can we have feats of strength? Can we,
Well, I will say I am currently working on getting closer to my 900 total that I'm looking for on December 31st. I was debating, do I do it on how do I structure the day? Do I Facebook Live the individual reps for
ooh, oh,
squat,
that'd be fun.
bench, deadlift? Do I uh, do Facebook Lives leading up to the week of, like my preparation for, which directly plays into my carbohydrate timing.
Ooh, dun, dun, dun. All right, there you go.
So,
No, like I think you should Facebook Live it because I think we all want to see you potentially shit out your spine as you're as you're attempting a one rep max on the deadlift.
yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, I can bend the bar. I'll never forget it. I've done two powerlifting competitions in my life, like so they're legit powerlifting competitions. I was weighed in and everything. Um, in this one, it's going to be like one versus one, right? So and my wife will be likely the one calling the depth of whether or not I made it on a squat. So for the
She's too nice like this.
it's like it looks good. I'm like, you're just, were you watching? It's like one of those. Like, this is important to me. But with that, so there's a lot of talk I see on carbohydrate timing when it comes to working out. And there's different reasonings behind when you would have certain carbs. So the popular kind of thing for dieting that I like to use and that we use with clients that are trying to cut fat is carb cycling. That's a method. I really enjoy doing that because I feel like it allows you a better day when you're working out. And
Yeah, like you need more energy on the days where your body's expending more energy. Go figure. Yeah, I always equate it to fueling a car. Like if I'm going a longer distance, I'm gonna need more gas, and same thing with a workout. Like if I'm pushing myself harder, I'm gonna need a little bit more fuel in my body than days where I'm sitting around doing nothing.
yeah. And so the hard thing comes in with the amount of carbohydrates that you would consume, right? So there is a little bit of kind of here and there advice on it. There's not a ton of like hard, fast, this gram of carbs for this exercise kind of thing. Like it's that um is kind of anecdotal because everybody's physical body is so unique that what I need and how I process carbohydrates is probably different than how Matt processes carbohydrates and what he needs. Um, but carbohydrate timing. So I told you that I'm going to do all my Quest for 901 reps on December 31st. So 24 to 48 hours before that contest, I would load my carbohydrates. So have a very carbohydrate, easy, simple kind of carb, like pasta would be a good example. I could have a lot of that. And basically, what that does is that the load is loading your muscles with carbohydrates to be able to be fully saturated, to have the most amount of carbohydrates available, to have the greatest work capacity available to you.
Hooray for glycogen!
Yeah. So that is one way that I can be prepared. And the other way, so there's a lot of, you'll see supplements pushed out there. There's pre-workouts, there's post-workouts, right? So,
And they've
uh,
got a lot of like intra workouts have become more of a thing over the past like 10 years or so too.
right. So,
For this reason you're talking
yeah,
about.
pre, intra, post. Um, all of them really is like simple carbohydrate around your workout. So again, that's making sure that you're getting something simple enough so that way your muscles can soak up the glycogen to have them available to you. And but that intra part, like your body's expending the carbohydrates that you put in pre. So that intra during your workout, like you don't need a lot, like 20 grams, like 20 to 30 grams really is like all you really would need during an intra workout. So, for those of you out there listening, you could do something simple like G2 and you wouldn't even need the whole bottle. Like the whole bottle's about like 80 calories. That's around like 20 grams right there. So you may not even need all of that depending on what you're doing for the activity.
Sour Patch Kids.
And
like something like
blueberries.
that. Some sort of gummies, like stuff like that's always neat to go to. Like I don't ever feel like I'm expending that much energy that I need that much, but the times that I have like felt like I'm maxing out, like similar to what you're talking about on December 31st. Like yeah, like that something like that's an easy go to. Something's just simple, basic, pure sugar to munch on a little bit and get a little simple glucose in your body.
Yeah. The regular gummy bears, not the sugar-free kind. That's a
Defeats the
different
purpose.
um, but and then like the pre-workout carbohydrates, I would not do something that has a lot of fiber in it. Right. That's gonna sit. And as much as I talk about fruits and vegetables on this podcast and on this platform, I would kind of avoid high fiber foods right before.
No, when you say pre-workout, like what's that window you're talking about? Like
Within
how soon before the workout?
within 45 minutes of a workout, I would say I'd go with that. The thing there that is going to give your stomach enough time to empty, and that's really the issue with fiber, because sometimes it'll take a lot longer to process than that. It's like really slow. It like helps delay gastric emptying. The same thing with fat. I wouldn't have a lot of fat mixed with my carbohydrates. So if you had um like banana with peanut butter, I would probably not do that right before you work out. Like you could do a rice cake, with a small amount, like you can still see the rice like, amount of peanut butter on it, just like a scraping of peanut butter.
Just to add flavor. Yeah.
Right.
God,
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I had a rice cake. Now you made me really want to. I didn't think I'd ever hear the day and see the day that I would crave a rice cake. But all right, like you just. I
Yeah.
remember I used to get some like apple cinnamon ones that were really good. Like anything you could make apple cinnamon cardboard and I'd eat it because like anything apple cinnamon makes me happy. So which essentially is an apple cinnamon rice cake. Like
I would say like,
probably more fiber in the cardboard, but
yeah, but you could do like a Rice Krispie, like a Rice Krispie treat, like one of those. All
can't
it is,
remember the last time I had a Rice Krispie treat either. All right, you're you're giving me all these new food choices. All right.
you can buy them like in an individual like wrap,
Yeah.
like just a big block, and you can just eat that, and that's going to be plenty of simple carbohydrates to get you going for a workout. Um, if you're someone that can handle some carbohydrates, this is speaking in generalities, right? So, um, but I mean, that's really the biggest thing with the pre is you want to make sure that you're getting somewhere around like 25 to 30 right before, and that, like I said, the 25 to 30 grams, so that's like the equivalent of like, it would be half a cup of fruit or like a whole cup of fruit, but I'm not suggesting fruit, so like that big Rice Krispie, like the big one, it's like this big.
King size.
That's like that's it right there. Or like Matt's example of the Sour Patch Kids, that's like, if you got like the fun size bags, I want to say it's like two of those bags, two of those fun size bags as Sour Patch Kids. Um, and then post workout, that's when you could, I would still do so post workout within the first 30 to 45 minutes following a workout. You still want to, again, get a very small volume of fast acting carbohydrate, something that's like simple, not a lot of fiber, not a lot of fat. And that's again to help replenish your muscle stores that you've just expended. So,
Yeah, my go-to is a pack of fruit snacks. Like just get the big bag. Like I'm sure you being a parent, you're very familiar with big boxes of fruit snacks. Like, and
yeah,
I keep them in my house too, despite no children. Because they're just they're that's my post-workout. I love having my protein shake, which you can go back and listen to our podcast on protein. It's protein shake and some they're not sponsoring us, but maybe they will. Welch's their fruit snacks I love. So like just
yeah.
a pack of those.
Welch's versus Mott's. How do you feel?
I like the flavor of Welch's better. Like the Mott's ones, like they have like it's supposed to be like half a serving of veggies in them. Like so,
Yeah.
like the texture's a little different.
Yeah, it's I don't
Um,
like it's the gummy texture that I don't like about the Mott's ones. It's like the
I don't hate them, but like Welch's has like different flavors too, like the berries and cherries, like that one. And yeah, the fruit punch ones, like you really can't go wrong with it. And again, sometimes in a bind, like if because sometimes I'll work out, then I need to like run to the grocery store or something like before I go home, and I want that 30 to 45 minute window post workout. I'm like, ah, shit, I don't, not get home yet. Easy thing is grab a protein shake and then like again, Sour Patch Kids. Like give me sour gummies and I'm happy. So there's been plenty of times where I've stopped at the convenience store after a workout. Sour Patch Kids are always readily available. Boom, quick glucose, and I'm good and I'm done.
Yeah, and that protein shake probably has, depending on how you mix it, if you mix it with milk, then you're gonna get 12 to 15 grams of carbohydrate inside the milk.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm weird. I'm one of those people that likes unsweetened almond. I literally like unsweetened almond milk. It's not a health thing. That it's I enjoy
yeah,
it.
everybody knew that you like nut juice. We all know.
Exactly. Oh, oh. It's how you get bookings.
That's how Matt's made it in the wrestling business. Love of nut juice. Um, um, the I don't know if you use the same whey protein powder that we used to always use, 100% whey protein powder by a very big brand that I love, and I've started to inquire about possibly being reps. So I'm not going to use
Ooh.
their names. Wait,
If you've inquired about it, then yes, that's what I'm using. If they say no, then that's not what I'm using. All right. So,
right, yeah, waiting to see what they want us to do in order to be that. Because then we could also offer a discount code. But either way, um, one of the things with that, it has like 5 grams of carbohydrate in there, and it's a simple carb too. So if you had it even in your unsweetened almond milk, there's probably like 5 grams of carbs in there.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So that's 10 grams, right? So that doesn't get you all the way there. So you need to have that extra bit with the fruit snacks. Even with
Yeah,
me,
the fruit snacks, I think, yeah, it's 19 grams in a pack. So yeah, there, boom, perfect. There you go.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you're gonna get that extra amount that's bumped in there.
It's almost like I know what I'm doing.
So yeah, that's just having a protein shake. You want to have something else besides just the protein shake. So that way you can get up to that extra little bit of fast acting carbs, help replenish the things. And then what that also helps with is the repair of the muscle that you just broke down. Right. So that is really the biggest thing that helps. Your body utilizes the energy that it breaks up out of those carbohydrates to help move things into place and start repairing your muscles that you just worked out really hard. And so that's really the biggest importance of it, is to help get you immediately into the uh, prepare phase for the next workout, because you got to repair from your past workout, right? So we're always in a state of perpetual recovery and preparation, no matter what you're doing. I really dislike the misnomer that you can only be in one of those states. Like, you're always in both. Like, technically, you're always there because you're gonna go do something else. So you're prepared for something else, but you just finished doing something, so you're recovering from something. Um, but I don't really have much else to add. I mean, I know it's a short kind of thing, but carbohydrate timing, when it comes to those things, is really just around your workout. Like,
All right, so I'm gonna trigger you with something right now, then, because it's what I wanted to bring to the table. Because I still see so much of this with friends on social media, and you probably do too. Uh, Empty stomach cardio. Because as soon as we talked about
uh,
nutrient timing around workouts, that came to mind. So, yeah,
okay.
see, yeah,
So,
see, I feel like this podcast just went from like a 15-minute one to like a 45-minute one, just with the expression in your
uh,
face when I said that.
uh,
That's
so, uh, um, no, don't do it. It's a waste
well,
of.
yes, I agree.
So
Let's give the
that's the
cliff
short answer to
cliff
that question.
let's give the Cliff Notes
Um,
version of why
I was
no.
going to say the Cliff Note version is that um, there is no benefit from any evidence to fasted cardio. There's none. I don't care what anybody says. There is none. What
Yeah,
it's
there's been a ton of research with it, like a ton of research with it, and you can look at it, and there's no benefit whatsoever. Like,
yeah. What people are trying to do is say that if you do fasted cardio, your body's going to utilize more fat for its energy. That's not true. It's going to burn through all the muscle glycogen first, and then it's going to, if it manages to get to utilizing your fat at that point, you're probably going to pass out from not having enough blood glucose.
yeah, because like think about it, for like most people, they're getting up and doing their empty stomach cardio, and like they're jogging for 20 to 30 minutes, like
Yeah,
you're,
not
you're not
really.
getting to the muscle glycogen anyway. Like it's not beneficial.
Yeah. So no, just have your snack like we talked about, your pre-workout snack, and then you can do your cardio that way. If you must do fasted cardio, like it's the only way, like some people like really can't even handle like gummy
Right.
bears like on their stomach. Um, I get it, I understand, but try to do something that's not like a whole food then. Like you could drink the G2 that we talked about earlier, or something similar that has a small amount of carbohydrates in it that's a liquid. That would be more beneficial for you in the long run, because you're going to get.
Yeah, if you're doing it in the morning, just have a Bloody Mary and you're good to go. Like that's the tomato juice. You're fine.
Yeah, a virgin Bloody Mary.
Sure, sure. That's
All right. Um, but what would be helpful, for that, like the quick acting carbs there for you're gonna have a better workout overall. Like your body's gonna be better prepared. It's your
again, it just in layman's terms, the analogy I said earlier, like it's the fueling a car. Like I would never like go to try to race my car with zero fuel in it. The same thing with your body. Like you've been fasting for like hopefully at least 8 hours. Go back and listen to our sleep podcast, or at least listen to one ever because nobody gives a shit about sleep apparently.
yeah, I don't
But
do it anymore. I have to go back and check out our Spotify
But
Wrapped.
yeah, go back and listen to the sleep one at least at least 7 hours of sleep. But like you've been fasting, so like it's literally break fast when you get up in the morning. It's like so you don't have anything stored in your body, like and you just go out and go, oh, let's sprint or run or elliptical or bike or whatever. Like no,
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. I don't know. I haven't done fasted cardio. I don't think since I was in high school. Um, and I realized that was a long time ago for me, but that was just like wake up, go. We did like a 3 mile run in the morning, and then immediately after we got done with our run, we'd go like play basketball for like another 20 or 30 minutes until like they actually opened the cafeteria, and then we'd go eat. So
yeah, I can
but
remember like when I first started working out and had zero knowledge. Like I would do
right.
completely fasted workouts, like strength training and cardio because I was taking a pre-workout that said take it on an empty stomach.
Ooh.
And so like, I'm like, because I was working out, first thing in the morning, like 6 a.m. I was like, well, okay, I just got up at 5. Like, I don't have time to eat. So like I know, like the things we did then, you look like now,
Oh,
you're like, it's really impressive I didn't die. Like,
I once had a client start to get lightheaded, and I was like, "Did you?" And I didn't understand why they were getting lightheaded, And then it clicked, and I was like, "Have you had anything to eat?" And they're like, "Oh, I've been fasting for like 16 hours." I was like, "We shouldn't be working out right now.
yeah, that's
Are you purposely fasting? Like, we can stop this appointment." And like, I stopped it. We rescheduled for another day, and they like had their snack. They looked like starting like getting ghostly pale. I was like, something is incorrect.
yeah, it's again, you gotta fuel it up, fuel it up.
Like I'm not doing CPR today. What? You're
It's
not
like
past that that much.
I like to make sure my cert's current, but don't tempt me. No, that's really don't want to have
Don't
to
want
use
to be.
this.
You don't want me to be tempted. What if I stop singing "Staying Alive" and I started seeing another one bites the dust? Like, how does that work out for you? Same beats per minute, but risky. um, okay, but I think I would really cover even the fasted cardio. We threw that in there.
I threw you a curveball. I I wasn't sure if you were going to bring that one up, but I wanted to
I
just
would
to
have brought that one up. I was like, this is
your response made it worth it. That's what I was hoping.
okay. Well, I'm glad we got that in there. Um, but what are some of your favorite pre-workout things? You said the Welch's gummy bears.
Yeah, the Welch's fruit snacks. Yeah, like a Nutri-Grain bar. I love like Nutri-Grain bars. Like I'm all for. Like they're delicious, 120 calories. Like not a whole lot of fiber, not a whole lot of anything except carbohydrate. Even though they try to be healthy. Like yeah, those are kind of like go-to things. Sour Patch Kids, like before, during, after, because I'm a huge just sour gummy fan. Like period.
Yeah. If we have them at in the house, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Um, I will go for M&Ms. And if we don't have those in the house, um, I will go for one of the things that we have Gatorade powder, and I like mix a scoop and half it, like twice as much water as is recommended on the directions, because the directions is to make regular Gatorade. Um, but that's essentially making G2. Um, so
Yeah, M&Ms I can't do because I have an issue with moderation with those. Like I will have 200 grams of carbohydrates in my stomach of M&Ms if I try to eat them
Immediately.
pre-workout and like wonder why I'm wanting to throw up during squats. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but either way, those of you out there listening to the podcast, what are some of your favorite pre-workout snacks? Everybody's got something that's different. This is a fun thing to do. Like, we had Starburst for a little while. The issue I had with Starburst was the amount of time that it took for me to like get them down. It's just
Yeah, you have to make sure you start eating those 2 hours pre-workout because
like eventually this is gonna dissolve. I'll be like,
so fun fact, Starburst were the way I actually flirted with girls in high school. I kept a whole bag of Starburst in my locker. I'm just hey, you want Starburst? Which sounds kind of creepy now that I say it out loud.
Now that I think about it, want some candy?
Hey, little girl. Yeah.
It's okay. Matt doesn't do that anymore.
I don't hand candy to women anymore.
Now it's
they were always. I give money to charity. Yeah, she's great. She dances at Tattletale on Friday and Saturday. Yeah.
Oh man.
No, the Starburst were always pre-wrapped. That was good. You could tell it wasn't like tainted. Like, I wasn't handing them individual M&Ms.
Oh man. Well, everybody, if you're listening to this podcast, I'm not sure when it is. You can either go back and see when I did all my lifts, or you can check them out on December 1st. I don't know.
Who the hell knows?
What are we gonna do? I don't know.
It's pandemonium.
It's an insane time. But let us know what your favorite things are for pre-workout and post-workout. What are some snacks that you do to get your fast acting carbs in there?
And what candy do you hand to women? Like,
yeah, that too. What's your favorite candy to hand to women? If you're into that kind of thing. Either way, like we say every week, maximize every bite,
maximize every rep.
Well, that's fun.